Salt Lake City, this is MLS Next Cup Game 3. We have City SC Utah in white against Florida in blue. And there is Florida's center back bringing the ball up into the center, bottom of the circle. It is intercepted there by Wes. Wes gets it over to Will. Will plays it back over to Henry. Henry gets that ball farther back over to Josh, who's a few feet before midfield on the left-hand side, back over to Wes. Wes back over to Josh. Josh swings the ball back over to Zack, who is just outside the D on the top of the circle. And he plays the ball up over to Henry. Henry back over to Zack. Zack over on the left-hand side is going to get over to Josh. Josh down the left flank, back from Will. Will, and that pass was intercepted but recovered by Will. Will stays with it, swings it over to the right-hand side over to Eli. Eli inside the attacking third, lays it down on the right-hand side over to Nash. Nash brings the ball back, gives it over to Eli. Eli looks to play the ball back a little bit left. It's over to Brock. Brock back over to Eli. Eli places the ball in the center over to Wes. Wes plays it wider left over to Josh. Josh plays it back over to, sorry, that was Jason over to Josh. Jason now brings the ball up, trying to get over to Henry. He connects the pass, gets it over to Will. Will at the top of the box, lobs it over the right-hand side, trying to get over to Nash. And it goes over his head. Ball is played back over to Eli on the right-hand side, inside the attacking third, swung into the middle, deflected, kicked up, and the call is goal kick. Ball played onto the left-hand side for Florida. Florida brings the ball up outside of the 18-yard line, farther onto the left. Will on defense. Ball into the center, challenged by Nash, and that is Sebastian, who's going to recover on the left-hand side. Sebastian, the top left side of the box, dispossessed, able to recover, winds up and shoots. And that one goes well high, wide, and right. Florida plays the ball on the ground on the far right-hand side, plays it back to their center back. Ball just inside the box. That is Jax, who is challenging. Ball played up for blue, intercepted, and recovered by Jason. Flobs it in the middle over to Will, and almost collides with the keeper. Ball rolled out to the far left-hand side for Florida. Florida brings the ball up on the left flank, challenged there by Nash. Nash gets the ball over to Eli. Eli pass dispossessed, and it will be a Nash stops. That ball kept in bounds, and Will is able to get that ball back over to Wes. Wes in a web, gets it over to Eli. Eli back over to Brock. Brock about 20 yards out, swings it farther wide left over to Josh. Josh down the left flank to Jason, chips the ball up, and it is going to be recovered by Florida. Florida down the right channel, completes a pass, plays it wider right now in front of the City bench, at the top of their middle third on the right-hand side, and that ball is cleared out by West. It'll be Florida throwing at the top of their attacking third on the right-hand side. Florida looking to throw the ball in, completes the throw and challenged by Henry. Henry keeping the pressure on. Sebastian chases the ball back as Florida is intercepted there by Jax. Jax in the middle, swings it over to the far left-hand side, intended for Will. That pass is intercepted by Florida. Florida swings it over to the left-hand side just before midfield. Takes a couple of touches, dispossessed by Eli. Jax is able to recover on the left, covers over to the right, looking for help. And he lays it off over to Nash, or Eli crosses the ball, and it's gonna go out of bounds. It'll be Florida goal kick. The wind is a bit of a factor. It's blowing at the backs of City SC. this half. Florida plays it from the 6-yard line over the right-hand side, down on the ground over the right back, kicks it up to the midfield, just in front of their bench, bringing it into the center, looking for a passing lane. They are able to connect. Henry challenges. Florida maintains possession, and a through pass is blocked by the defensive line. Henry still challenging. Florida tries from the left-hand side now across midfield, moving the ball up at the top of the middle, lays a through ball on the left-hand side, and Brock will get there to Eli. Eli cuts it up over to Nash. Nash entangled in 2 players down the line, and Florida will be able to easily pick that one up. Sebastian challenges the ball. Nash is able to get it to Will. Will back over to Henry. Henry lobs it up over the right-hand side over to Jex. Jex tries to get it over to Nash, but Florida will get there first. Nash challenging for the ball, and it will be White throw-in. Nash throws the ball into Sebastian. Sebastian keeps the ball on the left-hand side, gets it over to West. West moves over to the right, plays it wide right over to Nash. Nash inside the box, and a runner to Jex. And that ball, it goes out of bounds, and the call is corner kick in favor of City SC. This will be the first corner kick of the half, and wind will definitely be a factor. Ball kicked up, headed up by Brock, but not on target, so it will be goal kick for Florida. Florida plays it on the left-hand side. Challenge there by Will. Ball goes wider right. Will challenges again. Ball still in bounds. Florida is able to recover. Will still working the line. And it is recovered by Florida. Now Henry gets in on it. Jason gets a toe. Sebastian trying to get for it. Florida keeping the ball away from White. And West gets the ball over to Henry. Henry over to Will, but intercepted and recovered by Florida. Florida places the ball in the middle, at the bottom of the middle third, plays it wider left, then placed into the center. And that ball is kept in bounds. Jex challenging, the ball is played back to the keeper, who lobs it up. Nash is able to recover with his left foot, dispossessed by Blue. Blue now on the right-hand side, lobs the ball up on the far right. They have a runner. Shot, and it goes wide left. That was Josh, who was running pace for pace, but it will be goal kick. Zack plays the ball wide right over to Eli. Eli plays the ball into the center over to Wes. Wes at the bottom of the circle in midfield, plays the ball to the right-hand side. That pass was intercepted, touched by the hand, no call. And Eli is able to get that ball up, heads it into the center, brought down by Florida. Henry challenges for the ball. Ball played over to the right-hand side for Florida. Florida inside their attacking half. Jason is able to stunt the forward progression as Florida swings the ball to the left-hand side. Florida in the attacking third from the left. Brings the ball dispossessed by Nash. Florida will recover. Ball swung over to the far right-hand side, and it just goes beyond the toes. Henry will be able to recover at midfield. Gives it over to the left-hand side over to Will. Will working the left. Cuts back and is dispossessed, and it will be Florida inside their own penalty box. They dribble it out. Jack's challenging for the ball back by their corner flag. Their center back kicks it up, and it'll be brought down by Sebastian. The wind being a factor there. Jason plays the ball back over to Josh. Josh keeps it down the left flank over to Sebastian. Sebastian gets past one man, and no foul called. Florida brings the ball up on the right-hand side. Just before midfield, Brock gets a toe on it, dislodges it. Will, his pass intended for Brock, is intercepted by Florida. Florida brings it over to the right-hand side. Florida plays the ball back just before midfield at the bottom of the circle. They swing the ball back to the other side, and it is going to roll out of bounds, and it will be white throw-in down by the corner flag. Will throws the ball into Eli. Eli right-footed cross over to the left-hand side, trying to get over to Henry. And Henry working it against the line. Crossed over again, and that one goes well out of bounds. It will be goal kick for Florida. Florida kicks the ball over to the right-hand side, completes a couple of passes. Henry gets a toe on it. Blue will recover. Midfield on the right-hand side, a through ball. Jason running foot for foot against Florida. Florida inside the attacking third, trying to cross the ball over about 18 yards out. Played to the center, shot down on the ground, and it goes wide left by about 5 yards. Zack plays the ball on the ground to the left-hand side to Josh. Josh passes it with his left foot over to Jason. Jason brings the ball past midfield, intended for Will. Jason now to Sebastian. Sebastian swings it farther wide right. It's going to be Eli who gets there. Eli plays it down on the right-hand side over to Will. Will cuts back, gets it over to Eli. Eli looking for some help. Plays it down the right channel over to Nash. But it's still a little bit too much mustard on that one, and it goes past the goal line. It'll be Florida goal kick.
Let's go, City.
Right-footed pass to the left-hand side for Florida. That ball goes out of bounds, and the call is Florida throw-in. Florida quickly puts it in play, plays the ball back to their center back on the left-hand side, right-footed pass all the way over, and that one goes out of bounds. It will be Utah throw-in at the top of their middle third on the left-hand side. Jason looks to pick it up. He throws the ball back over to Sebastian. Sebastian immediately under pressure lays the ball back over to Josh. Josh down the middle channel, intercepted by Florida. And that is Jax looking to get the second bounce there, and Blue gets there first against the right line. Blue just before midfield and is kicked out of bounds by Wes. It'll be Florida throw-in. Florida throws the ball down the right line. Jason is able to get a toe on it. Sebastian will recover back over to Jason. Dispossessed momentarily. Sebastian will pick up the slack. Sebastian dispossessed at midfield on the left-hand side by a sliding tackle from Florida. It'll be White throwing at midfield. Jason throws the ball back to Josh. Josh with his left foot plays it all the way over to the center over to Brock, who takes one touch, moves it up in the center over to Wes. Wes moving to the right-hand side, crossing midfield over to Eli. Eli down the lane to Nash, and that ball goes out of bounds. The call is White throw-in at the top of their top of their middle third. Eli throws it down the line to Jax, or Will. That's Jax now to Eli. Eli in the center up to Will. In the box and is kicked out of bounds. It'll be another corner kick for City. From the corner, Sebastian taking the second attempt of the half, gives the signal, 2 steps up, right-footed kick, medium height, connects with Will, but it goes out of bounds. It will be Florida goal kick. South Florida from the 6-yard line. Plays the ball to the right-hand side. Jack's putting a little bit of pressure on South Florida, lobs it up against the wind. They're able to connect. Josh has the second ball and then headed back and forth. Josh on defense, cleared up by Jason, and it will be Will who gets the second bounce. Will still challenging, gets the ball over to Wes. Wes on the left-hand side, moves over to the right, plays the ball back over to Brock, who's at the bottom of the circle. Brock over to Eli. Eli back over to Brock. Brock retreats back over to Zack. The top of the 18-yard line, moving it over to the left-hand side, looking for Jason. Jason one touch, trying to get over to Henry. Didn't work out. Florida with possession of the ball at the bottom of the circle on their defensive half. Florida plays it over to the right-hand channel, moving the ball into the center, then plays it back, switches the field to the left-hand side, brought down, will be picked up by Will. Will over on the right-hand side, inside the attacking third, moves to the left and to the right, centers the ball, shot, and it goes just wide right. The net moving, it hit the back post. Ball played over to the right-hand side for South Florida. Ball kicked up, and Florida crosses midfield on the right-hand side, retreats a bit, and then switches the field over to the left-hand side. Eli on defense, ball moved over to the left-hand side. Brock will intercept that pass, and Brock getting a toe on it for Florida with possession, and cleared out finally by Josh over to the far left-hand side. South Florida recovers, clears it over to the right in front of their own bench, bringing the ball more into the center. Florida swinging the ball, keeping it in their attacking half, and Eli is able to get to that ball, gets it over to Brock. Brock has a moment to let the team reset, gets it up into the center. That one's going to be a little bit too much, and it will roll into the arms of the South Florida keeper. Ball played over to the far left-hand side for South Florida. And that ball is kept in bounds, even though it was deflected off of Jex.
Come on, man. Come on.
West now with the ball, playing it wider left to Will. Will trying to go to Sebastian. Will recovers. Will on the right-hand side plays it over to Jex inside the box, looking across the ball. And it's caught by South Florida's keeper. Ball rolled out over to the right-hand side for South Florida. And South Florida switches the field to the left-hand side at the 18, 19 yards. Ball moved up to the midfield, played wider left for South Florida. Approaching midfield now. Nash challenging. Ball deflected, and it will be Josh who will recover left foot over to the other side. South Florida will easily pick that up. And midfield ball switched over to the right-hand side now. South Florida cuts the ball back, plays it into the center. Ball played over to the left-hand side. They've got a runner entering the attacking third. They maintain possession, kick the ball back over to the left-hand side. Eli on defense. Ball played back and forth, a game of keep away from City. Now inside the attacking third, Brock is able to stop the cross, lobs the ball up, and it will be able to run to Jet's feet. No, but Blue gets there first. And Nash trying to get in on it. South Florida in the middle, looking for more help. They are able to connect a pass, centering the ball, wind up and shot. And that one well over the crossbar. Brock plays the ball over to the right-hand side over to Eli. Eli kicks the ball over to the right, looking for Will. Will trying to beat his man, and slide tackle there. No call. It is going to be a corner kick for City. This will be the third one of the half. Will still down, and there he's able to get up. Sebastian will be taking the third corner. From the corner of the signal, the run up, 2 steps to the far left post, and cleared out, and the call is corner kick, the 4th one of the half. Signal given, run up, 2 steps, ball cross to the far post now, headed away by South Florida, brought down by Jason. Jason kicks the ball up and it goes over the top right corner. It will be goal kick for South Florida. And it looks like City SC is going to make a couple of substitutions. Looks like Tate will be coming on for Henry. Jex will be replaced by Caleb. And Sebastian will be subbed out in favor of Gabe. And a return to play, South Florida. Ball played over to the right-hand side, brought down by South Florida. Will challenges for the ball. Blue maintains possession. Right-footed chip shot up to the top. It'll be brought down. Nice touch by Josh. Josh plays the ball over to the right-hand side. Not there. South Florida on the left. Plays it over to the left-hand side. Eli dislodges the ball. South Florida will recover. Florida switches the field over to the far right-hand side. Have to head it. They're able to bring it down though. South Florida looks to place the ball in the center. Tate on defense. South Florida shot blocked by Josh. Recovered by South Florida. Florida in their attacking half switches the field to the left-hand side. Bit of a heavy touch there, and Nash kicks that ball out. It will be blue throw-in. Ball thrown up high. Brock gets a toe on it, gets it to Gabe, back over to Wes. Wes plays it in the center over to Will. Will over the right-hand side over to Nash. Nash inside the attacking third now. Nash bringing it up more towards the center, cuts to the left, shoots on the ground. It'll be stopped by the keeper by the far left post. Ball yeeted out quickly, reaching just before midfield. South Florida cuts back, plays, switches the field to the right-hand side. Josh is there. South Florida will recover. Shot blocked by Brock. Florida will maintain possession of the ball. They play it back, then play it into the center. Ball swung to the left-hand side. South Florida in the attacking third. Eli on defense. No, that was Nash on defense. Ball played back into the center. Swung wide right. South Florida move it in. Tate with a tackle. Tate cuts back, and that ball is taken away by South Florida. Ball played back. South Florida inside their attacking half. West trying to get in on it. Blue on the right-hand side. Ball chipped up in the center, and Jason gets that ball up. Will win the battle in the middle, and ball is at the feet of South Florida, the top of their circle, and midfield played over back. Nash hustling to get there. He does, and then it's out of bounds, and the call is blue ball. Ball thrown down. Eli dispossesses the ball. Blue will recover. Nash on defense, and Nash called with a foul. It will be South Florida free kick at the top of their middle third on the left-hand side. They will be kicking against the wind, and they play the ball into the center. Wes on defense. Ball swung over to the far right-hand side. Ball played over. Tate on defense. Toes the ball away. Blue will recover again. Will challenges. Tate now on defense again. Ball played on the right-hand side for South Florida. They play it back to get back into their shape. And ball switched over to the left-hand side, top of their middle third. Then played into the center. West challenging for the ball. South Florida circles around, plays it to their center back at the bottom of the circle. South Florida takes a couple of touches, plays the ball wider right, then back into the center. Gabe challenges for the ball. Wes dislodges it, plays over to the left-hand side over to Will. Tate gets the ball over to Wes, and a heavy bounce there. Will challenging. Will dispossessed, and Tate challenges for the ball, and the call is blue throw-in. Ball thrown into the center. Momentum shift for South Florida as they have maintained control the last several minutes. Ball dislodged. Gabe wins it. He plays it back over to Wes. Wes elects to play the ball back over to Brock, who's at the bottom of the circle. He swings it laterally over to Josh. Josh cuts back, plays the ball back over to Brock. Utah's turn to play keep away. The ball swung right over to Eli. Eli down the right-hand lane over to Nash. Nash intercepted, and it will be Gabe who picks up the slack. Gabe gets the ball over to Wes. Wes with his left foot chips the ball up, trying to get over to Caleb. Caleb just outside the box. Shuttles in the box still. Bodied out, and a foul against Caleb. It'll be a free kick for South Florida. South Florida plays the ball short. Nash immediately there to challenge. Ball swung over to the right-hand side for Blue. Blue in the middle third on the right-hand side. Tate on defense. Ball played back. Gabe getting there and challenging. Ball played back for Blue. Blue keeps the ball on the right-hand side. Tate challenging. Blue crosses midfield on the right. Somehow still with the ball and deflected. That's Eli. Eli to Tate. Tate dispossessed. And South Florida retreats back to their center backs. A wind-up kick from the far right-hand side going all the way to the left. Brought down. And South Florida kicks the ball up over to the far right-hand side. And that one definitely had wind on it. And it rolls out of bounds. It will be Utah throwing. Jason to Josh, who settles the ball down. Josh, left foot up to the center with wind at his back, gets the ball over to Will. To be recovered by South Florida. And South Florida retreats back all the way to their keepers at the top of their box. South Florida brings the ball up into the center, and a heavy touch there, but it is able to be recovered by South Florida. Inside the middle circle, they play the ball back to their center back. Ball played over to the left-hand side. Brock on defense. South Florida with possession. Ball played back to the center back. Caleb on defense. Ball swung farther right for South Florida. And Florida plays the ball back. Chipped up into the center. Nash trying to challenge. Nash not able to get there first. Florida does. Florida across midfield on the left-hand side. They've got a runner. Brock coming out. And Zack is able to scoop it up about 17 yards out. Rolls the ball in the center over to Tate. Tate plays the ball up into the center over to Gabe. Gabe had a beautiful turn. Gets it back over to Tate. The bottom of the circle, the left-hand side. Chips it back over to Gabe. Gabe comes back. Looks to turn it over to the right. Stops on the ball. And the call is foul against South Florida. West plays it down, centers it, kicks it over to the left-hand side, picked up easily by South Florida. Caleb with the steal. On the left-hand side, shoots, and it rolls in. Caleb with the goal, putting up City SC Utah 1-0.
How do we look? We got the filming hat.
And a quick pause in play. There's an injured South Florida player. South Florida with the kickoff. They play it back, swing it over to the right-hand side. Ball up into the middle third now on the right. Tate challenging. Blue will maintain possession. Caleb on defense on the left-hand side. Ball played over to the right. Josh is able to dispossess the ball. Jason gets it back over to Brock. Brock back over to Zack. Zack swings the ball over to the right-hand side over to Eli. Eli takes a touch with his right foot, then crosses it over into the center, trying to get it over to Caleb. Caleb over to Gabe, not there. And Florida will get the ball at midfield. West challenging.
Will you mark it? Move!
And South Florida bring the ball into the center. Winding up shot. And it will be goal kick for Utah. Ball back in play. Josh to Brock. Brock at the 18-yard line, bringing the ball over with his right foot over to Josh. Josh 19 yards out, swings it over to Tate. Tate gets the ball back over to Zack. Zack swings it back over to Tate. Tate down the line over to Josh. Josh challenged, and Blue wins. Blue inside their attacking half, and Zack will come out and scoop that up on the right-hand side. Ball now at the feet of Tate. Tate swings the ball over to Eli. Eli bringing the ball bottom of the middle third, plays it over the right-hand side, and it's going to be too heavy of a ball, and it'll be scooped up by the Florida keeper.
Yeah. I like both. South Florida's great, here's great. We're just different. Yeah.
Ball played to the left-hand side for Blue. Nash tries to get in on it.
Yeah, our son.
Blue will maintain possession. Gabe playing high striker. Ball swung over to the right-hand side. Blue brings it down, nice touch. Blue plays it down the right channel, connects with the player. No, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Utah throw-in on the left-hand side about 5 yards before midfield. Jason throws the ball to Tate. Tate brings it down with his right foot, circles back, plays it back over to Josh. Josh with his left foot gives it over to Zack. Zack looks to his right side, then changes to the left. Josh with his left foot up to Tate. Tate settles the ball down, gives a couple of instructions, moves into the center, switches the field over to the right-hand side over to Brock. Brock up over to Nash. Nash back over to Brock. Brock maintains possession of the ball, swings it over to Josh. Josh a yard inside of his own box, gives the ball over to Zack. Zack takes a couple of touches, then gives it over to Brock on the right-hand side. Brock back over to Zack. Zack on the left-hand side now plays it wider left over to Josh. Josh down the left channel over to Jason. Jason over to Tate. Tate in the center to Wes. Wes now chips the ball up on the right-hand side, looking for Will. Keeper coming out, and Will. Will fouls the keeper inside the box. No yellow, it will be just a warning. And yellow plays the ball on the right-hand side, still inside the box. Caleb tries to cut that one off, and blue will get it on their far right-hand side, playing it up. West gets a ball down, but blue will recover. Jason will dislodge the ball, get it over to Brock. Brock a few yards before the bottom of a circle, plays it wider left over to Josh. Josh up in the center over to Wes. Wes looking for Jason. Jason crosses midfield on the left-hand side. Heavy of a touch, and blue will recover. Blue plays the ball on the right-hand side and then plays it back, trying to keep possession. Caleb tries to cut off the passing lane. Blue keeps the ball, and that is Gabe sliding in there and then cleared out by Josh. That ball goes well out of bounds. It'll be Florida throw-in. Florida throws the ball into the center, and Wes is able to get a toe on it. Gabe gets the toe over to Will. Will over to Nash. Nash inside the attack. He threw it over the right-hand side over to Will. Will just outside the box. Shot blocked. Nash tries to get a toe on it, and the keeper dives to his right-hand side to stop the ball from the, let's see, what do you call that? The rebound shot. South Florida plays the ball on the right, then back to the box. Ball switched over to the left-hand side. Wind effect, nice touch there. And Nash is able to repel that cross, and it will be blue throw-in, the top of their defensive third on the left-hand side. Ball thrown down the line. Let's see, that is Brock gets a toe on it, then Tate heads the ball over to the right-hand side. Nash is able to connect, trying to get the ball over, but it'll be too far into the box. The Florida keeper will roll it out to his right-hand side. Ball played back to the center back for Florida. Florida from 19 yards out plays it to the right-hand side to the bottom of the middle third, switches the field up into the middle. He's able to connect, but Eli is able to get the ball back over to Zack. Zack plays the ball over to Eli. Eli in the middle over to Nash. A 1-2, not there. They weren't on the same page. Florida is able to easily recover at midfield. Tate challenging for the ball. South Florida, bottom of their middle, just a few yards before midfield. And that wind got a hold of that one, and it is out of bounds, a handball. So the AR said handball, the ref called it a throw-in. Ball thrown from Eli over to Brock. Brock swings the ball to the left-hand side over to Josh. Josh up the center over to Wes. Wes at the bottom of the circle turns to the left-hand side, gives the ball to Tate. Tate crosses midfield, has a through ball on the left over to Caleb. Caleb deflected, and a handball called against Gabe, I believe. So it'll be a free kick for Florida. This one a yard or two inside of their own box on the right-hand side. The Florida keeper telling his players to go deep, but instead he plays the ball short on the right. Then the ball is chipped up to midfield, headed up by Blue. Nash brings the ball down and kicks that ball back over to Brock, who's chasing it down on the left-hand side. Brock switches it over to Eli, now on the right. Then back over to Brock. No Josh on the far left-hand side. Josh, under a little bit of duress, gets it over to Jason. Jason looking for some help. Gets the ball over to Josh. Josh back over to Zack. Zack up the center to Tate. Tate turns, moves the ball up under pressure, gets the ball over to the left-hand side to Eli. Eli beats his man. Ball played over wide over to Gabe. Gabe on the right-hand side chips the ball up, and it's going to be a little bit too much there, and it will be goal kick for Florida. Florida feigns the kick. Resets right-footed to the far left-hand side. The wind catching hold of that. It bounces over the heads and brought out of bounds. It will be Eli throwing the ball in. Down the line to Gabe. Gabe toes it over to Will. Will to Tate. Tate cuts back and is fouled.
Good move, Tate.
Tate's
Hey, give us a good ball here.
That's the problem. That's why he fell down, right?
Wes taking the free kick. 40 yards out on the right-hand side. Ball chipped up, bended because of the wind, and the keeper is able to jump up and get there. Ball yeeted out over to the left-hand side. Wes challenging. Wes wins the challenge, bringing the ball up to the 18-yard line. Moves over to the right-hand side over to Will. Will plays the ball back over to Gabe. And Florida will recover. Bottom of their middle third. Ball now on the right-hand side for South Florida, crossing midfield. Tate on defense, putting pressure on. Toad kept by Blue, and down the right channel. And an offsides call against South Florida. It'll be Utah free kick. Josh with the ball. Over the left-hand side, over to Tate. Sliding tackle by Blue. They dislodge the ball. Blue at the top of their middle third. They play a through ball inside the box, and Zack is able to get there. Ball rolled out over to Eli. Eli then plays it back over to Brock. Brock from the 18-yard line. Top of the D, plays it over to the left-hand side over to Josh. Josh draws a man, plays the ball back over to Brock. Brock over to the right-hand side now to Eli. Eli down the right channel over to Caleb. Caleb moving up, lays it off over to ball dislodged, and that was Will who almost got it. A nice patience there by Caleb and Will to let the play build up. South Florida's keeper, watching it the entire time, was able to prevent the ball shot from Will. Ball kicked up high to the left-hand side. Eli challenging. It'll be Wes who brings the ball down, gets it to Brock. Brock swings it back over to Josh. Josh, at the bottom of the circle, bringing the ball up to midfield, keeps it on the ground. Dispossessed. Caleb goes down. Blue on the attack on the right-hand side. Josh on defense, trying to counter the ball on a foul called against Josh. It'll be Blue who plays it quickly on the right-hand side. And Josh is able to kick that ball out of bounds. It'll be South Florida throw-in deep in their attacking third. In the final moments of the first half, ball thrown in for South Florida. They're looking for an equalizer in the attacking third. Ball moved back into the center, wind up, chipped up into the box, just outside, towed out by Brock, now to Tate. Tate bringing the ball up. Tate crossing midfield over the right-hand side over to Will. Will just outside of the box, dispossessed. And that ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick, the fifth one of the half for City. Will plays the ball short to Tate. Tate chips the ball up, crossed over, brought down, shot by Nash, deflected by the chest of the South Florida player. It'll be another corner kick, the sixth one of the half. Nash looking to play the ball on the ground from the left-hand side. Players getting into position. Utah trying to double the lead, run up, ball medium height, and it is deflected off of Florida. It'll be another corner kick, the 7th one of the half. Nash from the far left corner takes 4 steps back, runs up, ball better height this time, headed away by South Florida. And that is the half, the score 1-0 in favor of Utah.